Vibe coding is something that everyone's talking about on the internet, and apparently it's just go vibe out with AI and let it just type all your code for you. How is this a problem and why is it a problem? Well, for one, you shouldn't just accept whatever the AI spits out and take it for granted because it's not going to be right. And two, this is also a problem because you need to know what you're doing. Just because you can do something 2 or 3 times faster doesn't mean you're doing the right thing. You're just going the wrong direction faster. You're even going backwards or probably spinning around in circles, depending on how many times faster you think you're doing something. So over the weekend, I was using Kleinbot to work on a product, and the AI got stuck trying to solve an issue for me. I will draw up and show you a diagram before I explain what it's doing. What we have is 2 screens. So we have the parent screen, and then we have the editor drawer. Now, when you press edit on something, this drawer will slide out of the side and go into the box. In this box, there's 2 buttons. There's a save and cancel. Now, the parent screen is responsible for actually saving the data to the API and sending it to the cloud. So let's just get a little cloud to the API. So the parent screen is responsible for sending it, saving data to the API. Now, when you add a new button, so from the parent screen, you can add a new item. When you add a new item, this drawer will open, you can save and cancel. Then whatever object you've added will be added to the screen. If you click on an object that's on the screen, so you've got all these triangles is what you're adding. Yep, we've got a couple triangles. When I click on this triangle, that drawer will now slide in. I can save and cancel. Now, the expected behavior when you're clicking on a triangle and getting the edit screen to open, the edit drawer to open up, is that when you save, the fields are updated. So in this example, I'll click on the triangle, it'll come out, I'll change its color to blue. When I press save, the triangle should now go blue. That's blue. Now on this one, let's just put a mock up here. When this one opens and comes out, and I want to click on, because I've clicked on this triangle, when I set the color to yellow and I press cancel, this drawer should close and this should not update. AI got that part right. That was expected behavior. Then when I click new, if I want to add a new triangle, but I'm going to go add this yellow one, when I hit save, I'm expecting that when I press save, the drawer will close, that triangle will get added, which it wasn't doing. When I press cancel, the AI would not do it. It will just cancel. It will do what it's supposed to. It didn't do anything because it was a cancel button. After going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth several times with the AI and asking it to try and solve this issue where the edit used to work, but now it no longer works. Adding the item no longer works. Fix it. 3-4 different prompts. It was probably $3 worth of prompting cost in AI tokens to get that done. It couldn't do it. So instead of vibe coding, where you just let it do what it wants and go through it, because I actually know how to code and I understand what it's doing, and I was approving the changes as they were getting made and reviewing all the code that was happening, I was just using it to accelerate what I could do. I could actually go through the code and know what the problem is and know how to fix it. So what that looks like is when I go back and put now a screenshot of what I actually did, I told the AI that I actually fixed the issue. I'm like, I fixed the issue, this is what I did. And it said, I see that you fixed the issue with adding nodes by implementing a isCancel parameter in the drawers onClose function. So that means when you press save or cancel, save will send a parameter to the parent saying isCancel equals false. When you press cancel, isCancel equals true. Now, in the code that handles the data that comes out of this little drawer, it'll say, is it a cancel button? IsCancel equals true. If that is true, then we will now discard that data and not do anything with it. If isCancel equals false, we will now add this data into the stack of data that we have and put it on the screen. So that's why you end up with a yellow triangle when you add a new one, or a blue triangle when you update. It updates or adds based on that parameter. So what did the AI say about that? It said, this is an elegant solution that clearly distinguishes between canceling the creation of a new node, saving a new node, and simply closing the drawer after editing a node. Your implementation added the onClose true for cancel and onClose false when saving. In the storyboard editor, handle drawer close to only remove nodes when it's new and is cancelled. So you don't add the item on the screen when it's a new one or it's cancelled. Now this is where I really got flabbergasted by the AI. It told me that this approach is more precise than its solution of making just the IDs match, which is flexible, but it doesn't address the root cause of the issue. Properly distinguishing between different ways the drawer can be closed is the right way to do it. And it's an elegant solution. It's the best way to solve that problem. But the AI could not figure it out. It went round and round in circles and got stuck. So this is where vibe coding doesn't work if you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know how far into things you need to get. And you're just doing things sort of the wrong way because you don't understand it. You're just accepting the changes from the AI and going through with it. And that's wrong. It's not going to work. That is not how things work. You need to use AI to help you do your job faster, do other things potentially, but especially when you're coding or writing content, don't just accept the changes that come out of the AI verbatim and take it as is. It's not going to be right. It's not going to do what you want it to do. This is a perfect example of AI not being able to solve the problem, even though I told it exactly what the issue is in natural language several times. And if I didn't know how to code, I would not be solving this problem. People would be trying to reach out to people like me to solve this problem, asking them, what do I do here? So this is a situation where vibe coding is not what you want to do. As soon as you start getting technical, you're going to have problems. And don't just use AI to try and do the same thing you've always done faster, or do new things very much faster or multiple times faster, because you may be doing things the wrong way, going in the wrong direction, going backwards or spinning in circles because it's taking you round and round and round trying to do the same thing. But they get stuck in loops, they have problems. So here's a little video on some experience with vibe coding today. Thanks.